Picture this. You're living your ordinary life when suddenly the ground beneath your feet begins to tremble. The sky turns black at midday. Ash rains down like snow, but it's not snow. It's death falling from the heavens. This isn't science fiction. This is what happened to entire civilizations when the Earth decided to remind humanity just how small we really are. Throughout history, volcanic eruptions haven't just destroyed cities, they've toppled empires, triggered famines across continents, and literally changed the course of human civilization. Today, we're diving into the most catastrophic volcanic eruptions that didn't just shake the ground. They shook the very foundations of human society. Before we explore these civilization-ending disasters, you need to understand the sheer scale we're dealing with. Scientists measure volcanic eruptions using the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VEI. It goes from 0 to 8, and it's logarithmic, meaning each number represents 10 times more explosive power than the last. A VEI 5 eruption can devastate entire regions. A VEI 6 can change global weather patterns. But a VEI 7? That's civilization-ending territory. And we've had several of those in recorded history. What makes these eruptions so devastating isn't just the immediate destruction, it's the domino effect. Volcanic ash blocks sunlight, causing global cooling. Crops fail, famines spread, diseases follow, governments collapse. It's like watching civilization unravel in slow motion. Let's start with the big one. Mount Tambora in Indonesia, April 1815. This wasn't just an eruption, it was nature's nuclear bomb. The explosion was heard 2,000 miles away. People thought it was cannon fire from a distant battle. Tambora ejected 38 cubic miles of rock, ash, and debris into the atmosphere. To put that in perspective, that's enough material to bury the entire state of Rhode Island under 10 feet of volcanic debris. The ash cloud reached 28 miles into the stratosphere, creating a global atmospheric blanket that blocked sunlight for months. The immediate death toll was staggering. Over 70,000 people died from the eruption and its aftermath. But that was just the beginning. The volcanic winter that followed killed hundreds of thousands more across the globe. 1816 became known as the year without a summer. In New England, snow fell in June. Crops failed across Europe and North America. In Ireland, the potato harvest failed, contributing to famine. In China, the monsoons failed, leading to flooding and crop destruction. The eruption literally changed art history. The spectacular sunsets caused by volcanic particles in the atmosphere inspired some of the most famous paintings of the era. But for most people, these beautiful skies meant starvation and death. But Tambora wasn't the worst. Let's go back to 536 AD, when a mysterious volcanic eruption, likely in Iceland or North America, triggered what historians call the worst year to be alive in human history. Contemporary accounts describe an 18-month nuclear winter. The Byzantine historian Procopius wrote that the sun gave forth its light without brightness, like the moon, during the whole year. In China, chroniclers reported that it snowed in August. The climate catastrophe triggered a cascade of disasters. Crops failed globally. The weakened populations became vulnerable to disease. The Justinian plague, one of history's deadliest pandemics, swept across Europe and Asia, killing an estimated 25 million people. This single volcanic event helped usher in the Dark Ages, contributing to the collapse of classical civilization and fundamentally altering the trajectory of human history. Here's what makes volcanic eruptions so uniquely devastating to human civilization. They don't just kill people directly, they destroy the systems that keep societies functioning. First comes the immediate destruction, pyroclastic flows that incinerate everything in their path. Ash that collapses buildings, tsunamis that devastate coastlines. But then comes the real killer, climate change. Volcanic ash and sulfur compounds in the stratosphere create a global sunscreen, reflecting sunlight back into space. Global temperatures drop, growing seasons shorten. Crops fail not just locally, but across entire continents. When food systems collapse, everything else follows. Trade networks break down. Governments lose legitimacy. Social order crumbles. Populations migrate, creating conflict and spreading disease. It's a perfect storm of civilizational collapse. The most extreme example happened 74,000 years ago with the Toba super eruption in Indonesia. This VEI-8 eruption was 100 times larger than Tambora. It ejected 670 cubic miles of material and may have brought humanity to the brink of extinction. Some scientists believe Toba reduced the global human population to as few as 3,000 to 10,000 individuals. The genetic evidence suggests a severe population bottleneck around this time, meaning we're all descended from the small group of humans who survived this volcanic apocalypse. So what does this mean for us today? The good news is that we have unprecedented ability to monitor volcanic activity. Satellites track ground deformation. Seismometers detect underground movement. Gas sensors analyze volcanic emissions. But we're not out of danger. Yellowstone, Toba, and other supervolcanoes remain active. While the chances of a civilization-ending eruption in our lifetime are low, they're not zero. And when it comes to supervolcanoes, low probability doesn't mean low impact. Our interconnected global civilization might actually be more vulnerable than ancient societies. A major eruption could disrupt global supply chains, crash financial markets, and trigger mass migrations that would make current refugee crises look small. Volcanic eruptions remind us that we live on a dynamic, dangerous planet. Throughout history, they've been civilization's reset button, ending empires, triggering dark ages, and forcing humanity to start over. The eruptions of Tambora, the mystery volcano of 536 AD, and Toba didn't just change the weather, they changed the course of human history. They remind us that nature doesn't care about our plans, our cities, or our civilizations. But knowledge is power. By understanding these volcanic catastrophes of the past, we can better prepare for the inevitable eruptions of the future. Because it's not a question of if another civilization-shaking eruption will occur, it's a question of when. What do you think? Are we better prepared for volcanic catastrophes than our ancestors, or are we just as vulnerable? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want to learn more about natural disasters that shaped history, hit that subscribe button and give us a follow.